This is Alekius, and welcome back to Automation Kiev Motors. I crunched a few numbers, threw in the new things, and we actually have quite a few new categories. Off-road opened up in Fruinia, Family Utility and City Premium opened up in Duluha. And all of these light sports vehicles and sports convertibles and a lot of sports vehicles in Archana, as well as the hypercar actually existing now. Huge market of 6 vehicles, of which we can tap into one. And you'll see I updated kind of the models, and we're going to hit a whole bunch of categories at reasonable scores if I can keep it to what I intended. But there you go. That's what we're looking at. The big one is the family budget vehicle, which that hits a whole slew of categories. First thing to do, I think, is going to be grab a new vehicle. What we're going to want is the 2.3 meter sedan. This one right here. Steel, it's cheap. Monocoque, it's effective. Steel. Transverse? No, longitudinal. Hurts the cabin volume, but adds to drivability. And then double wishbone. With that, we can throw in our new engine project, which, surprise, surprise, is going to be an inline 4. Oh wait, that's right. I was going to do something a little bit different. Don't actually need a new engine for this one. We just need to add a new trim to an existing one. We're looking for, I believe it's this guy. No? This guy. 5877 overhead valve. Go to that project. Really, we need a new trim to do that. Clone it. Leave it named clone for now. We're just going to end up modifying this one. Forged, lightweight forged, 7.6. And we're going to switch it to injection since we have the single point EFI. Is it expensive? Yeah. Not that expensive. Take a look. So yeah, it adds about $87, $77. Hurts the RON a little bit, but it benefits in service costs. It's more reliable. It's got better throttle response. And it's only slightly heavier. Like, it has a lot of benefits. It just takes a little bit more to produce it. We'll keep the standard intake, regular fuel, keep things down low. Probably push that a little bit. Long tubular. No muffler needed. Hold it and see if we can adjust the timing some. That is significantly better. So more advanced timing for the engine. That's not as good. Let's see if we keep going, does it get better? Actually, it does. More fuel efficient too. Alright. Do we go further? Doesn't look like it. More advanced timing is gonna be to the detriment of the engine. More for a high revving engine. So there we go. And yeah, I think we have the speed appropriate. That doesn't help the fuel efficiency at all. I can run the cam up slightly. Also doesn't hurt the fuel efficiency. Alright, so I think that's what it's going to end up being. Take a quick listen. Sounds a little bit different with the fuel injectors. We're going to change our nomenclature slightly. It's the economy. What's the N again? I don't even remember. ENI 3073. I know the I is injected. Oh, economy, naturally aspirated, injected. So the 8 ENI 3073. So we chuck that one out the window, and we add in this one. Now we get to the actual car. We're going to want the sedan. And so many morphables. Interesting. Oh. Bring that in slightly. Put a short flat deck in the back. It'll look a little bit more like a sedan. Two-door sedan. Give a little bit more room up front so it's easier to squeeze in to the back seat. Oh, a hideous box. Alright, let's tweak it just a little bit for style. Match that rear angle. Replicate it on the front. And it looks like, yeah, you slapped an engine and a tiny, tiny trunk onto this car. Make sure we can get what we need. Yep, the engine fits. Sure would hope so. It's tiny. We're gonna make this car green. I think I've done that too many times. Ugh, hideous. I like the reasonably soft blue. Could do just a true blue. Kind of a royal blue. Even a little bit darker. Royal blue. Alright, we'll do that. What body slots do we have? We could change out the bumpers and the bonnet. We are still in the 70s. I can totally justify chrome bumpers. Trim slots. Our window frames. You can definitely chrome those too. That was popular back then. Wheel slots, we'll leave it as nice and steel. Miscellaneous, just the brakes, which I like leaving red. Alright. We'll throw on... Did I do something? One of these. What did I break? Those ones work. These ones don't. There we go. Yeah, I'm gonna have to tuck that in. Get it up slightly. Clips through the trunk a little bit. So looks like it's wearing nerd glasses. There we go. No bleed over onto the trunk. Or over the bumper. Nice. Standard. I think this is ending up looking more like an 80s vehicle. Why is it giving me the lip about adding trims or fixtures right now? Make these ones hideously big as well. Can we curve it around the edge? It'll look goofy when we do. A little bit of curve is not too bad. Okay, I can deal with that. No need for indicators. Let's see, we want a kind of wedged grill. We have a couple options. Not too many that I like, though. I'm just gonna have to suck it up and pick one. Might take this one and flip it upside down. So, flip, squeeze. Looks absolutely ridiculous. I think I'm going to pick a different one that is just more regular. We want lots of protective slats. I think it looks a little bit silly, but it's all the rage in the 70s. At least that's what I'm going to stick with. Put our fuel cap just in front of the right rear wheel well. Put on our door handle. Grab a different one for the trunk. There was one I was using. Easily use this one. There, we have a trunk handle. Mirrors. I think I'm gonna start picking something. I don't even like most of the mirrors. Definitely want something more blocky and square. That actually looks like a relatively normal mirror. Go with that. We're not going to need an aerial. Let's go with camshaft. Got our license plate. No need for a bumper bar. No need for a badge. Go for a relatively tame, but not completely boring rim style. And I think that's this one. So that should take care of the trims. Front wheel drive, definitely gonna want an automatic. 3 gears worked in my test. Open. We definitely want to minimize the costs. Bring this down to 125, see how that works. Radial, hard. offset steel. 2 shoe drums. We'll see how that works out. Been kind of standardizing to a 60 or 65% brake bias rate recently. Be none there. Also haven't been using full cooling airflow. Our 5 seats. Basic, none. None. Basic 60s. Then we'll go to our standard twin tube passive for suspension. This family budget, so click in there and we'll start locking it in. Drivability. Yeah, I have to fix the top speed. Boardiness shouldn't really matter much. Comfort does. That'll come from the suspension tuning. Utility just always seems to be a winner. That's a lot better. Safety matters, but I doubt we're going to change that much. Prestige doesn't. Alright. Head back to the beginning. Higher? Oh, yep. For that ultra overdrive. Should be somewhere in the 110 range. Oh, just clicked over. Yeah, big bonus. And then it drops. We'll do 113. Medium compound just makes it less affordable. I think we're going to need to adjust this a bit. Just to make it more drivable. Wow, the suspension's high. I think we're probably going to drop that quite a bit. Could do bigger front tires. I'm not too keen on that. Rim size will help significantly. What about tire diameter? Not so much. Drop the brakes down. It's actually really good already. Make it more of a comfort compound. To the limit. Still giving it to us. Alright, I think that's about the limit. Go back up to 35. We'll adjust the brake bias some. There we go. I think that's rock solid. No need to shift any of this. We'll see if they do like power steering. No. cost more too. Aggressive springs really aren't too much more expensive anymore. Then, suspension-wise, and this is differing quite significantly from my test run already. So I'm having to tweak it on the fly. Yeah, that's pretty significantly different. Front dampeners. I want them softer. This car to be nice and comfy. That'll be the wrong direction. Have some hefty dampening in the back. And then leave the sway bars alone. Yeah, there's no significant changes to any of that. I like the car nice and high. Possibly due to the amount of pounds, the max load. I want to drop it to 37, let's say. That's 1800. Yeah, so it stays above that. We have a 145, which is a little bit less than what I had before. I think due to affordability, because I did some body trimming. Not disappointed. It will work. 334 around the track. Anything glaring I can fix. Drivability, comfort, practicality. Can adjust the top speed some. Steering isn't going to fix. We'll see what the entertainment. Yeah, that's what I figured. Practicality. Already pretty practical. And check safety. No bonuses there. I don't think we're going to get a big change with the top speed. This is way over, super overdrive. I think we're going to leave it at 113 as the compromise. We'll leave it there. That'll be this one, which goes straight into the factory. I need a new one. I'll go back to my demographic spreadsheet. We're gonna want a lot. So let's do a large one, steel presses. That's not enough. Do a large 2. Still not enough. Large 3. Now we're talking. 8,000 cars. Gonna be really expensive. But the expectation is this car will more than pay for itself. Sign off on that factory. The engineering module, and if I do what I want, gonna take way too long. Throw money at it. Throw pressure at it. That's almost spot on. 60 months. 60 months is 5 years. I can deal with that. Much better than I would have expected. We'll go ahead and, since we're doing it, this will be ENC 30 Tech 73. And this will be for the other car, whatever minor improvements we can make. Be a little bit more injection timing, or ignition timing. Maybe a little bit more RPMs, no? Happy at the 52. It does sound a little bit different with the carburetor. Well, that'll be these two. We have this factory, which will handle not both. We'll do the ENC. Well, we have to change the trim if we do that. So let's not. Leave it alone. Factory. Done. No changes to that. However, we need a new factory. I'm going to assume it's going to need to be large. Forge Works. And we don't want... We want this one. Did I not rename this? I did rename this. Why is the factory giving me some lip? Drop that one. We want single point EFI. Yeah, that's the right one. All right. If it's mislabeled, it's mislabeled. We want 65 and 65. And we're probably aiming for 9,000 engines on this one. 10,000 will do. Keep all things the same. Engineering time is... we can bump up the process. Drop the funding. And there we go. Back to the car. We'll leave it with the 5 default. We've been doing well with that lately. Why is that 71? It shouldn't be 71. Call this one the Gmina. This will be the FB. It says 71. That's not what I saw while we were working through the project. Where's the engineering? None of these match up. Is that a bug? Well, let's lower the process some. Bring it down to 50. Oh, the factory's gonna take that long. Well, if that's the case. Factory's gonna take 71 months to build. No reason not to take advantage of that. There we go, 71. What's this one? Oh yeah, the new engine I built that I didn't need for this one since it's a rework. Alright, start to finish. What we're gonna need now is... Oni. Gonna throw this one into all. We're going to want the 75 2.4 hoop. This guy. Steel, monocoque, steel, front longitudinal, double wishbone. Then I can grab the new engine and edit this one. So, inline 4, of course. But what we're going to do different is we're going to go aluminum dual overhead cam 4 valve. I'm going to go with a square engine. And at 68.2, we get the RPMs that we want in a 1 liter engine. Almost certain this is going to be forged all across. Yep. Checking my notes, and that is absolutely the case. Drop the compression fully, and the cam profile 87 for some odd reason. We'll get back to that. Injection, single point, performance intake, regular, up to 12.8. And we're going to go up to 8,500 RPMs. Long tubular, wide open for the moment. Alrighty. Now for the fun part. Turbocharger. And I think I'd settled on a 1 for the AR ratio. Then it's not going for maximum power, I'm going for maximum performance. Because if you go by the performance index value, you get a power band that's wider while still retaining a lot of horsepower. You'll notice as I lower the turbine size, that power band pushes out to the left, but the top starts to squeeze down. When you lower the size of the compressor, it's a bit more dramatic. And then if you increase the AR ratio, it squeezes in here. There's one. Doubt we're going to get anything out of the compressor. We'll leave it big. Turbine down, AR up. It's just what's worked for me in the past. You get the compressor to about where you need it, and then you tweak the AR and the turbine. Going down on the turbine, up on the AR ratio. And that pretty quickly gets you to where you want to be. Could probably do more. Kind of curious. We'll go with 1.05, but if I max that out, what does that look like comparatively? We're aiming for a smaller turbo. Yeah, that's no good. So we'll revert. $390 horsepower intercooler. Seems excessive to me. Then we need to squeeze the exhaust to get the scavenging effect. There we go. Oh, that wasn't much. And then we can add the compression value. Things I want to make sure. Intercooler isn't limiting. Neither is the exhaust. Wow, it's under 70 too. 70 decibels for loudness, because that's the cutoff I use for transfer over to BeamNG. I think, let's try, I'm feeling this is the wrong direction. Yeah, that's not adding a benefit. Do one more. Just because it's been able to maintain performance. And then let's try the other way. Go with more advanced timing. Nope. And nope. So there we go. Which I know it's really limited in the compressor and intake. We only do so much. And a lot of that is due to the literal size. There's the intake. The literal size of the intake because of the size of the engine. If we did a bigger engine, we'd have more airflow. Definitely sounds like a turbo to me. So what we have here, where is it? Not what I was looking for. Need this. We're looking at inline 4 aluminum 69 by 69 4 valve dual overhead cam of 1 liter sport turbo injected 157. And at this point, I think I need to actually stop. So thank you for joining me. Next time we'll finish up this car and probably make another one. We're going to be investing heavily. But that's what we'll do then. For now, I thank you for staying to the end. Please leave a comment. Let me know what you think. And I will see you next time. Take care.